Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the FN story. Awesome guest here today, little OG in the Fortnite space. You guys remember. But first, before we get into anything, go check out Comp Awards FN on Twitter or X. Get involved. We got a website, a dashboard, all that, so you guys can vote for your favorite people in the space. But nonetheless, what's going on, Orange? How you doing, bro?
Good, man. Thanks for having me on here. Really excited to get to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad you reached out. Orangie, what's
Yeah, I mean, I used to go by Orange in the Fortnite scene, so I guess we'll stick to Orange.
Orange? Okay, I'm cool calling you whatever you would like.
Yeah.
So talk to me about what you're doing now because I know you from the Fortnite space and now you're doing something different. I would love to learn about like what you've turned your career into after Fortnite.
Yeah, so I guess like after Fortnite, I'm sure you remember like that little phase where like everybody got into like the NFT hype. You remember everyone doing that, promoting a bunch of random stuff?
I do.
Yeah. Well, like, I actually kinda took it a step further. I kinda realized that, like, that's pretty cool. Like, there's fast money here, which means, like, there's probably a lot of big money somewhere. And I dived really deep into the space, and I, like, just fell in love with it, and now I'm, like, full-time, working in crypto and blockchain gaming, which is, like, this whole other field of gaming stuff, so, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I saw that you had Web3 gaming in your profile on X, and I'm interested because I think there's a ton of value there. I was one of the haters of NFTs,
Right.
especially the first implementation of just like pictures. I think it's
Mhm.
dumb. But I do think there's value in the technology itself. I just think
Right.
the first go around was like a money grab at first for
Yeah.
a bunch of
It
people to try and like throw money at stuff and get
Mhm.
people to invest in, let's call them pixels on a website. But
Right.
what has like Web3 become, and can you kind of explain that for someone that may not understand what it is?
Yeah, so Web3 is basically like any sort of social media or kind of like ecosystem that uses like blockchain technology. Um, and yeah, NFTs are still a big part of that. So there's still like a big pixels on the screen that people buy, but now it's not so much money grab, it's more like cultural and things, projects that are like actually doing stuff. And now it's a lot of gaming stuff. So a lot of NFTs that have to do with gaming, you need to own them to play a game, etc. Not sure if you heard, but like earlier this year, we had a really big NFT tournament go on where like Mongrel, Mitra, all of them played. Did you see that Mongrel won like 1.6 mil?
Yeah, I did. I saw
Okay,
him
cool.
play in another tournament. I'm like, damn, this guy's just so good at video games. But
Yeah.
what exactly was that?
So that was like, the Board Apes,
Hmm.
I assume. Okay. So they hosted a gaming tournament and first place won like a special prize. And the prize ended up selling for 1.6 mil. And that tournament, I played in it. I got third place. I made 600, like 500K off that tournament.
Wow.
Um, yeah, a bunch of Fortnite players hopped onto it. And from there, I was like, damn, this NFT gaming thing is pretty cool. I think I can help like build out the space more. And that's what I've been doing ever since.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think like the non fungible token, it doesn't need to exclusively be for images, and I
Mhm.
think there's a ton of value in gaming to almost get a pass to like work with, let's say, not work, play specific developers' games, play specific developers' games first, or even like the way CS:GO does it, the way you could trade items is
Right.
kind of similar to like an NFT and how like that kind of, I guess, marketplace would work, right?
Mhm.
Um, so I just thought there was a ton of value in that. It's just at first it wasn't there. And now it's awesome to see people building it. I know Hanto from OT. You were
Yeah.
in OT, right? For a little
Yes,
bit?
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was part of that acquisition
Okay.
with. I started Chronic with all the boys, and then we sold it to over time.
Nice. Yeah. He's always talking about Web3 gaming. There's
Yes.
one specific, I can't remember
Axie and Ronin.
that's
Axie.
it. The
Yeah.
Axie Infinity game. Yeah.
Yes.
What are you specific? You said you've kind of gone full time into this space. What does that entail for you?
Yeah. Right now, kind of just taking advantage of the fact that like I'm a content creator and I have like this audience that I can create content to, and games want that. And then like my expertise and like I guess gaming and overall what it takes to make a good game. I played Fortnite for a really long time and kind of saw them blow up and how they handled competitive and the right things that they did. So I feel like that I've been able to like, be on the board of different games and kind of advise there and help out, and things have been going pretty well lately. So
Nice. Is there any specific companies or games you're working for? Is it more just general like ad?
yeah, it's just general like space. So like I work right now for Cetify, but they're like a hub that incubates a ton of games. So I'm kind of just all over, and then just individual like board seat type stuff.
Okay, cool, cool. I mean, someone like you have what? I know it's easily over 100K on YouTube, right? What is it
Yeah,
now?
it's like 150K, but I
Okay.
stopped posting when I quit Fortnite. I'm getting
Um,
back into it now though. So
yeah, that's awesome. How like talk to me about like the value you've learned and building a you were one of the original Chronic guys. You said you sold it to OT. Like there is a lot of value in one, someone that can build a brand, especially nowadays, because everyone's trying to build their own brand. Two, someone that can actually sell the what they've built afterwards and not get caught holding the bag. Um, so like I would love to learn, just talk to me about what you learned through your Fortnite days while building a career as a content creator and all that kind of information that you're now helping other people with.
yeah, I guess like my biggest takeaways, I won't take credit for like the acquisition to overtime because at the time I was just like a 14-year-old kid that made a clan with all their friends and we just happened
Respect.
to be good at Fortnite. And then Hantao came in and he was like, "Hey, I can help you guys make this a business." And he did the whole acquisition and everything. That was him. We just got to rep overtime and got verified on Twitter before everyone else when that was still cool. Um, but yeah, man, I just learned that like there's a lot of money in like pretty much every field. But the money's like always not given to the creator. Creators are given a lot of like affiliate deals, like you're basically like G Fuel 10% code off, and then you just get like $3 every sale and stuff. But all those companies are really like the ones um that make the most money. And I love seeing creators make something out of their brand. Like I'm looking right now because Cease and Elevate just released like their mousepad company and their
Hmm.
mousepad company, right? And I ordered like a sleeve. I love it. It's awesome.
I got one right here.
Um, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh hell yeah, we got the same
same
one.
thing. Yeah, the
Yeah.
mouse pad's right here, but it's covered in crap, so I'm not gonna try and pick it up.
Yeah, I love seeing that. That's like the number one thing any creator or pro can do is kind of just building out like an actual business. Because man, it's a tough space and a tough career to be a creator like long term.
Yeah, it definitely is. I've like I would don't even want to say half done that. I've like 20% maybe been a creator the past couple of years and
Mhm.
then just worked in the space doing other things because it is difficult. It takes a lot of
Yeah,
work. There's a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of different tools you need to learn. And I think from the outside looking in, it's simple. All you have to do is make a YouTube video, post it. All you have to do is make a TikTok. And it has
yeah,
gotten a little bit easier with like short form. So it's not as long of content, but I'm not going to say that it's easy to create those kinds of videos that blow up, pop off, and understand how you have to learn some sort of editing software. You have to learn to work with people if you're not going to edit or create your thumbnails. You have to learn how to, create thumbnails if you're doing that. Then also the filming, voiceovers, being comfortable on camera. Like a lot of people take those things for granted and it's a ton of skills. How old are you, if you don't mind me
I'm
asking?
20.
Okay. So you've been doing this for 6 years now and have been extremely successful. So it's not easy. And I'm interested to know from like your perspective what you found the most challenging along the way.
Yeah, dude, honestly, like my parents were always really supportive. Like I got the PC I wanted to like kind of start making content and stuff. Before Fortnite, I was like streaming Rocket League and Overwatch. I wanted to compete in those games, but I wasn't old enough. But I was like pretty up there in Rocket League, and then Fortnite came out, and when we started Chronic, you know, we were just making like my friends were just really good at console, like Sway, Shaw, X, Lewis. All those guys were really good at console Fortnite, and I was just helping them like with their content because I was keyboard and mouse, so they blew up because they were like the controller Fortnite guys. Um, and man, honestly, like we had it pretty easy, man. We were just posting like random 1v1 stuff, and it was just blowing up because they were really good at controller, and I kind of just was able to ride that wave with them. And then after, they joined Ghost, Sway joined Phase, and Chronic was like kind of left to me and like some other keyboard guys. We were just making content on YouTube. and we never lost like that momentum. And then we rebranded to Evade, and then Chronic. I mean, and then the overtime stuff. And I was just lucky. Like I kind of just rode that wave, and then I kept playing with more creators because like that was my thing. Like I gave myself like a few months to kind of go all in on competitive, but I never really like I got like called. I qualified for DreamHack Anaheim. Um, like 29th FNCS. Like in a normal week, and then like 29th on a cash cup. Like those were like probably like my best placements. So like it wasn't like to make Fortnite Pro like a full time career, you kind of got to be like top three every event basically.
Yeah, nowadays it's even harder.
Right. Exactly. So I always knew content was like the route I wanted to take, and I just started playing with really big creators and streaming and just being able to grow off other people's platforms, which a lot of people see as like leeching. But honestly, bro, like nowadays it's really hard to kind of grow by yourself without like someone else's help.
And I think on YouTube's probably the easiest platform to grow by yourself.
Yeah.
I think streaming is almost impossible to do
100%.
without
Yeah.
like without constantly collabing with other people.
Yeah.
I respect to the people that, just play solo arena or play games by themselves, because I don't know how you do that anymore. It feels like it's so saturated.
No,
Everyone
I
is
mean
streaming.
nowadays it's way easier because of TikTok and stuff. Like if you're good at the game, you can easily blow up on TikTok, and I feel like a lot of people aren't taking advantage of it. When OG Fortnite came back, I started streaming every day on TikTok and Twitch again Fortnite because honestly, it's been pretty enjoyable. Like I've actually enjoyed playing the game. I don't have to stream, so that also makes it like 10 times more enjoyable. I stream because I want to, like when I want to. And man, I'm averaging like 1K viewers on TikTok, and those people just go over to my Twitch and stuff, and I enjoy it a lot, honestly.
So you obviously love the OG season. What do you think about?
Yes.
Have you played the new one yet?
Yeah, I'm still streaming every day. I mean, it's a good season, the movement. I'll complain like everyone else, but it's good. Honestly, I'm actually really enjoying Fortnite.
I feel like this new season's a pretty good one. There's a lot to learn because it's a whole new
Right.
map, and then they add the mods, which is a whole different thing, and there's a lot of layers now
Mhm.
added on top of it. So I feel like this could be a season that like continues to grow on people rather than having that initial like awesome shock value.
Yeah.
The map itself is really cool. I was talking to Adam Savage the other day, and I always forget because I play the game on like the lowest settings possible,
Mhm.
but I always forget how beautiful of a game Fortnite actually is if you like turn up the settings and just stand somewhere and look around. And he was complimenting, and I'm like, I've like never even
Yeah.
comprehended, not
Dude, I
comprehended, but like thought of taking the time to just sit back and look at how well the game is cleaned up and
made,
looks.
yeah. Yeah, it's hard because like nobody streams like that either way. So like I put on epic settings for OG Fortnite. I was like, damn, this looks really beautiful.
Yep, and only for a little bit, and then you get a little bit of input delay, some FPS drops when you look certain
Exactly.
directions. You're like, yeah, this ain't for me. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
back. So what's like? Are you just playing for fun? You trying to get back into like doing this as a full time career? You said you just earned like 500, $600,000 a couple months ago, so you can't be hurting for cash. I would hope.
Yeah. Nah, I definitely wouldn't make it like a full time career. The Fortnite field is not that like well paying unless you're like five for PK. Um, the stuff I'm doing right now is like obviously way more stable and enjoyable to me. And like now I'm an adult, bro. I got bills to pay, mortgages, cars. So I just enjoy Fortnite, and I think that having an audience there aligns with my long term goals of when there is a good Web3 game, I can stream it and upload it and make content on it and kind of guide a community that way. But for right now, it's like just streaming, been really enjoyable. TikTok, the creator fund, that helps to keep me motivated. I made a video last night, got like 1.5 million views. Woke up this morning, I was like, nice, dude, easy K right there.
Wow.
That's it's a new era, bro. Back when I was like full time on Fortnite, there wasn't no TikTok creativity program. Like there was no TikTok live gifts. Like you see NPen live 24/7 or like Bronos and Foxman making all these TikTok videos. Even like I think you're friends with Resub, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that guy's banking off the TikTok creativity program, bro. Like I see his videos every day. I'm like, back when I was doing this, there wasn't any of that. So the opportunities now in content, man, they just flourish 100 times more. Like you're not forced to take these really bad sponsor deals to try to make it by, or like these really scam orgs. That I remember I was getting like fucking $500 a month from like these horrible orgs, man, and I had so much to do for them, but now you don't have to.
So okay, you said a lot there. One, I would love to get into the whole like orgs and Fortnite conversation, but we'll
Yeah.
save that for later. Um, Reese is awesome.
Hmm.
And he is, I think, in the Fortnite space, like creates the best content, like
Hmm.
production value as far as like an individual doing it, especially in the competitive space. He kind of blows everybody out of the water. But you're right, like the short form content is so new that I feel like there's so much room to get better at it. He's one person. You mentioned Bronos has been absolutely blown up, Foxman. They've all been so successful so quick, it seems like. And it's wild to me that someone can. I'm not someone that spends a ton of time on like TikTok or YouTube Shorts,
Hmm.
but it's wild that these videos get millions of views, and this was not even a possibility. Like 3 years ago you couldn't have done
Exactly.
this, and
Yeah.
now you could throw up. I mean, it's not shitty, but like
Dude,
a
nah,
lower effort
they're shitty,
video.
bro.
Okay, a
They're really
shitty
bad.
video, and it gets millions of views. Like, what was the one that you put up
Bro,
yesterday that had
okay,
over
look.
1 million views?
So I put up like 5 videos in the last day. Let's focus right there. You can see 1.5 mil, 300K, 400K. Like, and bro, the video that got 1.5 mil was like how to fix movement in OG Fortnite. And I just like showed some bullshit strafe setting, bro. And like Bronos and Foxman, bro, they do the hardest bait. And like, dude, you gotta think about the people who are really watching Fortnite. Like, it's a younger fan base, so it's easy views, man. So I really think like if you're playing Fortnite and trying to make it your career, like you need to be making content. I know a lot of people are like full time comp and just so focused on that, but dude, it takes me 5 minutes to make that TikTok, and I know $1,000 can go a long way for someone like trying to make Fortnite a full time thing. Especially when I was younger, dude, $1,000 could like you know pay my food for the whole month or like 3 months, bro. Like crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah,
you've done it though for a while, so like the get started time is not as high for you. So you can
right,
very
right,
quickly throw together a quick
exactly.
video and then put it on the internet versus someone that's never done it. That like bar for
Yeah, no,
entry
you're
is a
right.
lot higher. It's a lot more effort to learn things. I don't disagree with you though. I
But
have.
what's more effort? Like you have to like go to school and do all your homework and then get a job, and a lot of people want to make this their career, and I feel like it's just the risk and reward is so much lower here than in other places.
Yeah, I wonder though, like how long is this always going to be a thing where
Bro, there's always going to be any opportunity. Like that's the one thing I've realized, right? Like making content and like going on my whole entrepreneurship journey. Like there's always going to be a new thing, bro. When NFTs like completely died last year, like there's a million and one ways and businesses that you can do with the skills that you learn from being a creator or being a Fortnite player or just being on the internet 24/7, bro. There's always going to be something new. And if it's not the TikTok creativity program, bro, you can take advantage of it now. There's TikTok Live, make a like real brand for yourself. Like look at NPen, bro. He has blown up just on TikTok Live. I'm someone who hasn't played Fortnite in 2 years. I come back and I'm averaging 1K viewers. Like it's insane, bro.
it kind of is. But that's like why I question, is this TikTok throwing a bunch of money at creators to try and get all of them to create on their like on their platform, and then eventually they'll be like, nah, it's not worth it, or is this going to be forever? Like, I don't know the answer to that question, but like what you said, there is always going to be opportunities. You just need to be able to like pivot and shift as they
Hmm.
change, which I find quite interesting. And I think one of the pivots and the changes within Fortnite is Fortnite Creative and UEFN.
Dude,
Is that
yeah. I've
something you've
already
gotten into?
of course, yeah, I'm actually on the board advising for a company that makes like Unreal maps, but they're more like for brands and stuff. They work with like NFL teams, stuff like that.
Okay, you
So
need to
I'm on
get
their
me
board for
involved. My goal is to work a Fortnite NFL event. So if you got
dude.
anything.
Yeah, we're working with like Juju and like we make all his like Team Diverge stuff, and it's a ton of cool stuff. And we just made a Fortnite map, so 1v1 Christmas realistic map, and I gotta promote it more on my TikTok. But bro, all it takes is 1K average players. I mean, you know this, bro.
Yeah.
1K average players 1 month, 30K a month. Like that's all it takes.
Yeah, it's actually wild. I've just kind of dabbled in it, making a couple maps myself, and just having, I think I had like 5K total players, not even like an average. I
Hmm.
averaged like a few players a day on one of the maps, but it's like $3 per thousand players or something along those lines, right? And then you could just continue to do that, and it obviously wavers based on the number of players, number of maps, there's all this kind of stuff because it's a set percentage of the revenue. But it's another opportunity where, say you don't want to make TikToks, although I could argue you should be doing both to
Hmm.
make it valuable. But say you don't want to do that, well, then you have the opportunity to, we've seen, I mean, pretty low effort maps blow up and get
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of people. Although I think with the studios coming in, there's going to be a lot more. I think Top 5 Gaming just teamed up with somebody else and put out, in my opinion, like one of the smoothest box fights that I've ever played. And those are going to be more and more often as, large companies have seen, oh,
Yeah.
there's millions, if not more, in this.
Bro, as much as you think that though, like a lot of these companies don't really like they want to build experiences, bro. Like not really maps that will cater to people's like your regular player trying to get good at Fortnite type thing. Like a lot of these maps that are studio made are like celebrity maps, like the Steph Curry click stuff, like all that stuff. I
Hmm.
went to that in Vegas, um, and I spoke with like their manager, like the Under Armour manager. Like they don't care about the money in Fortnite. Like they just want to build cool stuff, dude. Like trust me, these guys do not care about making an extra $1 million a month. They just want to like show their brand off to kids and potentially start like wiring their brain like, oh, one day I'm gonna own a Honda because I've been playing with Honda all my life in Fortnite. Like
Yeah.
that's way more value than making an extra 100K a month for them. Like they don't care about that.
Well, I don't necessarily mean like those like companies
Big, yeah,
outside of the space. I mean like people that were making Roblox
yeah,
maps
yeah,
and other game developers that may, have created a game outside of Fortnite. Now they're
100%.
going to look into building within the game because one, you already have a captured audience. You have the biggest game in the world. They just had 100 million players
Hmm.
play the game over the past month. So if you can just get like a little percentage of that, that's a great thing. So that's more what I mean by the studios. There's
Yeah.
people creating some cool experiences that are like boss fight maps are the new thing and the tycoons are a new thing, pretty
Hmm.
much just like Farmville but more advanced and different styles and themes. um I think those are interesting, and I can't wait to see as like verse gets more expansive. We're gonna get really cool maps to play that are eventually gonna take over the battle royale. Like one day, the battle royale style of Fortnite's gonna die. Um, but you're right. Right now, the kids just want to play like box fight 1v1s and
Exactly.
build fights and tilted zone wars. Like those are the things. And if you look at the numbers, it's wild how many plays like all these practice maps get, because
Hmm.
that's, for me personally, my practice map has done so much better, and I put in way more effort into another one, and
Exactly.
no one really seems to continue to play it. So it's just interesting to see how those all work and what Fortnite pushes, and then also what people want to play.
Yeah. Bro, like once these new guns get added to UEFN and once the new mantling feature gets added to UEFN, the first person to make a chapter 5 warm-up map is like going to become an overnight millionaire. Like genuinely, bro. That's
Yeah.
all it takes.
Well, it's
There's so
true.
many opportunities now. Like
There
this wasn't around in
was
gaming when I was pro gaming.
No, definitely not. There's a ton of money. And I think people are now realizing how many people play video games. Like you just start
Hmm.
looking at numbers, and at least when I was growing up, it was always like, you can play video games, but that's for losers. So
Exactly.
you don't want to play. And I'm 8 years old. I'm about to turn 29, so 9 years older than you. And people are like, it's an everyday thing. I think 40% of people play video games on a weekly basis. And that's wild because back in my day, you know, it was okay to play video games up to a certain amount, but if you made a YouTube video about you playing video games, oh, dude, this
Yeah.
guy, what a loser playing video games, making YouTube videos. Now, I mean, it's my job. Like literally it
Right.
is my job and it's the coolest thing in the world. it's your job as well. Um, and there's so many careers that have come out of it. So yeah, it's a massive transition. Um, where do you see? So you're kind of on the front end of things, right? With you planning or with you working with Web3 blockchain companies, and I do see eventually someone's gonna make Ready Player One, like that style of
The
game. Like,
Oasis. I just watched that movie yesterday because I
oh,
wanted to
it's
like
such a good
really
movie.
understand it.
So
But yeah, it was a really good movie.
someone's going to do that, or at least
Right.
something similar. And do you think that is like a future of games, or like if you had to bet what the future of video games looks like in 5 to 10 years, where would you put it?
I mean, definitely Ready Player One, bro. But like Fortnite is Ready Player One. Like it is, bro. Like I can play as like Omni Man and like Peter Griffin and Goku. Like I'm sure that they'll add like VR eventually, right? Like if Fortnite wants to stay alive and we go in that direction, I think they'll definitely add VR support. Why not?
Hmm.
But dude, Fortnite is like the metaverse right now, so it's like an opportunity that you have to hop on. And I don't know if they'll ever like incorporate blockchain tech. Probably not. Maybe if it's more accepted in like 5 to 10 years. But yeah, man, like Fortnite is probably gonna be like the biggest game in 5 to 10 years still.
I would think so as well, especially with creative. Like
Hmm.
a lot of times we've seen games come out of like custom maps in games. Dota's a good example. I think CS:GO is an example of someone creating that out of a different game. So there's going to be something that comes out of Fortnite,
Right.
but I don't think it'll ever overtake it because it's going to be played within like the platform of Fortnite
Yeah.
versus a different game. So yeah, that's interesting. I'm hopeful. I wonder though, like my question is always, where does this go from here? Because there's always a point. Like right now, they just changed the movement. They added weapon mods. They added a train that goes around the map.
Hmm.
Is there going to be a point where Fortnite just can't do anything new? They've been doing new stuff for 5 6 years. I feel like eventually you're gonna run out of stuff.
I mean, new maps are like, they have hundreds of people making concepts for them, fan art. They can always take inspiration there. And bro, they can always go back in time and rewind the whole story. I'd love to play the chapter 2 map again. I mean, that was my
Me
favorite
too.
map of all time. I never played chapter 3 because I had like full quit then. And then chapter 4 wasn't that bad. I only played like the last 2 seasons. Um, but yeah, man, I don't think Fortnite's running out of ideas anytime soon. I really think that they'll be on top forever, honestly. Like just how Roblox has been.
Yeah. Well, and I guess what we just talked about, the more people that play video games, the larger the audience becomes, and
Exactly.
then the larger the game has the possibility of becoming.
Mhm.
Um, okay. Um, for someone though, like you kind of mentioned it going back earlier. Uh, for someone that has been in the like early days, the startup org days of Fortnite,
Mhm.
I mean, I would argue we're still in that phase of a bunch of startup orgs trying to sign 14, 15 year olds. Like,
Mhm.
what do you have any kind of crazy stories of orgs you've worked with, or they tried to reach out and just
Yeah, bro. I mean, what stories don't I have? I was lucky to be on Chronic Innovate and Overtime for like a really, really long time. But I signed to Nine Lives. I don't know if you remember that org. They had
I
like
do.
me, Tahi, Tabs G. Um, got paid like I think it was like 1.5K a month, and then I got paid 1 month and never got paid again for like 3 months after. And then you remember Nova,
I do, yes.
Fear Nova? Yeah, supposedly that company was like washed money, like money laundering money. And they were paying me like 6K a month, so I wasn't complaining back in the day. Um, yeah, man, I mean, the only reason that this happens though, like this is Fortnite's fault. Like at the end of the day, this is Fortnite's fault because they haven't really been open to competitive orgs. Like I don't know too much about it, but didn't you have to blur sponsor logos on the official like Fortnite competitive stream or something like that
But back
on
in
their
World Cup
jerseys?
days, but not recently. You
Not
were
recently.
allowed
Okay.
to wear jerseys with sponsors on them for the
Oh,
most
okay.
recent
Okay.
event. So
Okay.
there
Cool.
was almost a like there was a short period of time where they said the players couldn't have the org names in their name, but then they changed their mind after people were like
Right.
that's ridiculous. Um, so yeah, they've been more receptive. I think the
Okay.
problem is though, so this is like a chicken and egg situation. Is it because or orgs lawless, I guess, because Fortnite doesn't kind of oversee them, or does Fortnite not bother with orgs because there's been so many bad examples in the past?
Yeah. I mean, bro, but like every other game does it, right? No matter if there's bad examples. Like I don't see why Fortnite can't add a FaZe Clan gun skin or like Optic or all these teams that are really trying to make a difference. Dignitas, they already have like these creative experiences. Might as well just like allow them to make some extra revenue so that they can continue supporting the Fortnite competitive ecosystem. And also, I don't know like why they've stepped down in like competitive prize pools and stuff like that because I feel like that should be a no brainer. You keep people involved by making them like want to be competitive and be pro and like there's no winter royale happening. That's crazy.
So
Or is there? I don't really
I
know.
don't believe so. Probably not. There are tournaments going on like every
Yeah.
day for like the next 3 weeks, but I mean, my whole theory with the prize pools. Well, let me wrap up the whole org thing. I don't think they need orgs. Like they have not supported orgs. They've just shown they can put 100 million players in a month. Like, what value does an organization bring to Fortnite versus the other way? Like
I
it
mean, just
seemed,
being taken serious in esport, like they're not really seen as like a I don't know, like unless they have like this huge event like the one in Denmark, right?
yeah,
What
in
was it called?
Copenhagen. Global championship.
Global champion. Like that was awesome. I tuned in to watch finals. I had my boys playing in it. They didn't win. Who won that? Cooper Miro.
Yep.
Um, like people want to watch that. So like if they actually took their esport like kind of serious on the whole competitive side, bro, I'm really confident that like phase skins and stuff like that could really sell. And
I
if they
would
just get like a small percentage of that revenue to the org, bro, like they could sign so many more players.
Yeah, I don't disagree again, but it seems like it's good for the org versus good for Fortnite because then they only take a risk and let somebody else kind of be represented in the game. Um, and I mean, even an example of like Nick Merckx in Call of Duty, regardless
Hmm.
of what you think of that, like that absolutely blew up on Call of Duty and Nick Merckx in bad ways for both of them.
Yeah,
So the opportunities, like
I
they could
guess.
still put out skins and it doesn't matter if there's an org on them, people still buy them. Like there's
Yeah.
massive amounts of people buying them. We saw it was something ridiculous, like almost $200 million, or no, it was $85 million they earned in like 2 weeks when the Ukraine war started. And they're like, all right, we're donating everything. And then in 2 weeks, they're like, here's $85 million from just in-game revenue. So yeah, I don't disagree with you that I wish they did it. I just don't think that there's really any need for them to incorporate orgs.
Yeah, but they're already doing it. Like they have like the I think the third I saw this on a stat. The third most used backlink is Powers backlink, like from Lachlan.
Mm-hmm.
Like they already have one org. Like what if Lachlan went out and did something crazy? Then what? Like you see, they already have that risk. Like Ninja, Cypher, Chica, all these people with icon skins, they could do something crazy. Like they already have enough people in their game, like enough icons and stuff to have that risk. Might as well just go all in on it. Like why does Power get a backlink, but like phase or I don't know. I don't even know what orgs are out there anymore, but like, yeah.
It's a good question. Why are they the only one? It's like obviously
I just don't
because
know anyone
Lachlan
else. Like,
Lachlan has
oh
a
yeah,
skin,
yeah,
so like he probably got to design his own backlit bling, and
yeah.
200 IQ is like, I'm gonna make it my org so people can rep me. But
True.
Man City phase, that's
I
technically
guess.
in there. Although I think that was before
Yeah.
they got involved. Yeah, I it would be cool. I would definitely buy org like stuff in the
Yeah.
game.
Especially
Um,
if you knew a portion of it was going to a competitive prize pool,
yeah,
then 100% everyone would buy.
maybe one day. I always think that Fortnite will use that as like the last resort when like
You're right.
competitive is falling apart. They're like, oh, we need to like get the juice in this, and then that's when they'll do it when they actually need to versus just go ahead and do it now. What were we
Well,
gonna? Oh, go ahead.
we have this big like esport tournament coming up this year in Saudi Arabia, so like maybe they'll do something cool for that. Because I mean, I know Fortnite's involved in that, so
In Gamers 8,
yeah,
I guess it's called some esports
it's
World
the
Cup. I
esport
think.
World Cup. No, it is. Yeah, esport World Cup.
Yeah.
So I'll be at that. That'll be really cool.
Nice.
And yeah, they're doing like a ton of Web3 gaming stuff there. So
Yeah, I went the first year. It was a cool opportunity. Um, I don't know how comfortable I'd be going this year, but you know,
You didn't like it? Like it wasn't
no. I would have gone again like this past summer if I'd been invited to work it.
Mhm.
Just with like the geopolitical climate of the area, it's a little more
Okay, yeah,
scary to
yeah,
travel to that area of the world versus like right now. But granted, there's risks living in my room where I am right now. So I
yeah,
don't know. It'd be something I have to think about. Um,
for sure.
what were we gonna we were about to talk about something that brought us back to the org. Oh,
Um,
competitive, right?
okay.
Why prize pools are going down. That's
Yes.
what you were
Mhm.
mentioning.
Right.
All right. So here's my theory. They blew it out of the water because Fortnite was the biggest game and they took it to the next level because they had to, right? At the time for World Cup. And then now they don't have to. Again, the same thing is like, why would they add orgs? Why would they spend more money than they need to? They're still getting massive viewership. They're still
Mhm.
getting people to play the game. It's the participation in tournaments is higher than it's ever been. And so it's like we went way too far at first, reeled it back in, and then now as we start to see like more players compete in tournaments, I could see them beginning to raise the prize pools again. I mean, they had, I think last year it was $12 million just for FNCS. That doesn't include like the solo cash cups, all these cash cups, the random tournaments, and that's a lot of money when you compare it to other games.
Yeah.
So I just again, it's something I think they realized they made a mistake by spending way too much at first, and then get the same return based on spending, let's say, a tenth or a ninth of that on a yearly basis.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like definitely there's no need for them to raise the prize pool. But if they did, I feel like the whole scene would probably gain a lot more like actual competitive players that want to take the game serious. Like a lot of people would come back if there was like steady prize pools and be able to like make it the full time thing again. But again, there's no need to. Like they're already the game. So I feel you on that one.
Yeah, it's like for someone in my situation, I would love it. Like the more money involved, the better it is for someone like me
Right.
as well. But at the same time, I'd rather create like a sustainable path for it because there could be a day where Fortnite just says, we're done spending money on competitive. This is not like returning any value to us. And we're not going to throw millions of dollars your guys' way, especially when the competitive players are typically the most vocally like
Yeah.
negative of the game,
Yeah.
even though they play the most. So like there is kind of a two sides to that. Did you see all the ridiculousness of
On the guy who
yeah,
did the
people
movement.
hating on the dude for putting the new
I
movement
did.
in?
I did. Bro, it's so dumb. Like people really think that one guy had all the power. Like that's another thing, bro. The Fortnite competitive scene is so young and so like brain dead, bro. I swear. Like they're just so negative, bro. That's like a big reason I quit too, and like don't want to get back involved in competitive. Like I will never play another comp event seriously. Like if I'm already streaming and playing and there's a cash cup, I'll hop in it. But bro, like to get back into that competitive community is just man, it's bad. The competitive scene is bad in Fortnite.
Yeah, I think part of the reason though is how much money there was at first because now you have a bunch of people that have never really worked besides playing video games and don't understand how let's say a business works like
Hmm.
Fortnite because that guy that was his year's worth of work, right?
Yes.
And I'm going to go on
I
a little.
don't get me wrong though, it was bad. Like don't get me wrong.
Okay, but that's fine. It's like okay to say it's bad, but it's not okay to be like, oh, this guy deserves to be fired. We
Yeah.
should throw this guy's address and public information out because we
Yeah.
hate the outcome of his work. Like there's a whole different side of it, right? There's
No, you're
one
right. You're
thing to
right.
say that it's bad, but people were like hating on the guy itself. And he's just doing his job. And he
No, you're
has
right.
a family. He's got bills to pay just like all of us, and he's just trying to keep himself alive by
Yeah.
doing his job, and he was proud of that he did his job and was able to put it out. And yeah, because you don't like it isn't a reason to like attack the guy. And I think that's the lack of maturity and lack of
Mhm.
like knowledge of how things work in the real world for a lot of these kids.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's just like it's really easy to continue to bag on somebody when someone's getting like hated on. Like people love doing that on the internet. It's fun, it's a game. So like that's part of it. I think some people probably didn't even play Fortnite. We're just like, oh, this guy's getting hated on. Yo, fuck this guy. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, fire his ass. And it's a real easy thing to throw on, and then you realize that's actually affecting somebody. And every comment he's probably reading is like, dude, what have I just done? I just wasted a
Yeah.
year of my life for everyone now to hate me for it, you know?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a tough situation, but yeah, you're right, man. It's just like so many people have like a false. But bro, I feel like most people that are hating at that level are the viewers, bro.
Hmm.
Because like, let me tell you, man, some streamers have such bad audiences, bro. It's crazy. Like they're so toxic and like dude, if I stream on Fortnite, bro, if whenever I'm streaming Fortnite on TikTok, bro, it's so bad. Like, dude, you fucking die or like anything, bro. Like, these kids will hate you, bro. Like, I don't know what it is, man. Like toxic little 13-year-olds that have never done anything in their life but go to school. Like, it's insane, bro. They're so like trash talky.
Well, I think part of that is like kids being raised in the social media era of the extremes are the ones that actually stand out and get seen versus
Yeah.
like if someone just says GG, you're probably not going to react to someone saying GG, but if someone says, "Yeah, you fucking shitter, die." You're going to be
Dude, but
like,
that's
"Dude,
only
what?"
because their favorite streamer says it, bro. Like, I promise you, if I go to Nick 830's chat, no one's saying get shit on. Like,
Yeah. Do you
it's just a
think though
streamer.
it's like this is always a topic of conversation. Do you think it's the responsibility of the streamer to like foster that community and make sure that their viewers don't do dumb things? Or do you think it's along the lines of you're streaming, you're not telling people to actively hate on other people, but at the same time, the attitude that you put forth is kind of pushing that forward? Like, how do
Yeah.
you feel about that?
I feel like with my streaming community personally back in the day when I actually had like a Twitch community, I would try to like kind of raise them as they're like my kids, like guys, this is what we do and what we don't do. Um, I would like nurture my community personally, kind of like try to lead them in the right way. But it's not the streamer's responsibility at the end of the day. Like if they go say GG get shit on, like you just got shit on. Just don't get shit on, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
Crazy.
so hold on. Let's bring it back. Let's say I was streaming to
Okay.
like 1,000 people, right?
Mhm.
And I pulled up this guy's post. We'll go back to like the Epic Dev, and I pulled up this
No, that's
guy's
bad.
post, and I was like, dude, this fucking sucks. This guy's uh, like
No, that's
worked on
wrong.
this for a year. This is terrible. And I didn't even say anything. Do you think like that is the streamer's fault then when
Yes.
people? Okay.
100%, bro. That's just like irresponsible. Like you are a lot of people don't realize like how much pull they actually have, bro. Like 1,000 people, 100 people watching you, like that's a lot of people. Like actually, when you actually sit down and think about it, bro, like even 20 people, bro, like there's always one crazy. All it takes is one crazy person to ruin your life. Like I've been swatted. I've been fucking lots of bad things, right? But all it takes is like one crazy person, and you don't realize it in a Fortnite audience because like out of 1,000 viewers, like probably 900 of them are like under 15 years old. Um, but bro, all it takes is like one crazy person to like agree, like you know what, Clicks is right. I'm gonna go dox this guy and swat him. Like that's all it takes.
It's very true. And the more numbers you have, the more likely it is that there's
Exactly.
crazies in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Ninja just pulled like I think over 1 million concurrent viewers when the event happened. Like that is crazy, bro.
Yeah. 1 million people watching you at one time.
Yep.
Like most people are afraid to stand up in a classroom in front of like 20 people.
Exactly.
I can't imagine like 1 million people. And I know from my own personal experience doing events, you just have to not think about it. Like even when you're in a
Right.
crowd in front of thousands, you just you have to stay in here and do your job and not think like, oh no, what if there's thousands of people? But there, I guess even when you're in person though, there is always that chance you say something, and then there
Mhm.
is a crazy that's like, oh yes, SPG said this. I'm gonna go fight this guy or something.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Like
Um,
you never know who's watching, and that can go good and bad. Like, you never know when like some multi-millionaire just sits back and watches your stream, decides to drop you 100K one day. Like you really never know, bro. Because
yeah,
like I'll be watching streamers, and like if I feel like supporting them, like I'll donate to them and stuff. Like you just never know who's watching, really.
yeah,
So
it's a weird space. And well, there's some word for it. Some like parasocial relationships is that's the word where it's I have a relationship with you as the viewer to the streamer, but the streamer really has no idea who I am other than like a name that he reads every once
Exactly.
in a while.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
that's
crazy.
oh, I feel bad.
But
I'm
that's why like building your community is so important, like on other platforms. That's why like having a Discord is so important, and doing like meets at like TwitchCon or your local events where your viewers are most likely going are so important. Like Click can probably actually no, he has too many viewers. I don't know who's a good example in the Fortnite community of like someone who can read like their chat and kind of really know their entire viewer base. I don't know, but
I'm I don't know either. I've
yeah,
been really I haven't watched many streams recently. It's just I don't know. I like watching high level Fortnite, and when that's not on,
me
I
too.
don't really care to watch Fortnite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bro, and like that, people want to watch that so bad. Like Asian Jeff's been blowing up on YouTube because
Yeah,
bro, it's just so like people love watching that, bro. Like as much as people say it ruined the game, like that's what people want to see.
comp ruined the game.
Yeah, people say like Fortnite sweats ruined the game.
Yes. Uh,
So
Is that still a thing? I know a long
that is
time
still a
ago
thing,
people.
bro. No,
Yeah.
bro. Go to my TikTok comments, bro. It's bad. Like it's bad. All of TikTok is like that, bro. Like this is why I don't play Fortnite anymore. Whenever I do something crazy on my stream, like yeah. Fortnite's one of those games where you never lose your skill, bro. So it's like so easy for anyone to come back and kind of just like shit on someone.
Yeah, as long as you have a baseline, especially if you play pubs, like it's so easy just to run through lobbies.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
I have found ranked is a little more difficult when you get up to the higher ranks because then you're
Hmm.
playing against kids that play the game all the time. But
Yeah,
nonetheless, it's
dude,
still
the
not that
average
bad.
Unreal player is so crazy nowadays. Like, it's actually crazy how good the average Fortnite player is. And bro, like I'll get shit on like in a Ken Bean's 1v1 realistic, bro. Like a 13-year-old kid will come out, GG man. Like, bro, there's no fucking way.
Some
Crazy.
8-year-old.
Yes, bro.
Uh,
It's
Shout out
insane.
Ken Beans, by the way. That map is so good.
Yeah, he's so rich.
All right. We're towards the end of this. Is there anything else you wanted to kind of share about? I know you mentioned uh, having a lot to tell. Is there anything that we haven't really talked about yet?
No, not really. I think we kind of went through like my beginning Fortnite and all of that. So
Nice, nice.
I
All right.
appreciate you having me here.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
thank
we're
you.
not done yet. I got a couple of wrap up questions that I always like to ask people, and sometimes it takes 2 minutes, sometimes it takes 15. So for you, kind of what's next? Like, what are you working on? I know you said you're advising a creative team. You're doing some advisory stuff for other companies in blockchain and Web3 space. Like, where are you spending your time? Is there anything people can look out for you to come out with?
Yeah. Dude, honestly, I'm trying right now to become the number one Web3 gaming something, whether it be creator or just like go-to person for anything. Um, I want to build a brand in Web3 gaming and hopefully sell that this next bull run, which will happen. Um, you know, I'm looking to build a company and sell it for like hopefully over 10 mil and then just chill. Yeah, I think
Respect.
it's very possible, especially in like, the space I'm in, bro. Tons of money here. And things are just warming up. I don't know, like if you look at like crypto charts or anything, but it's been like, yeah. It's been good recently,
That's
and
good.
it'll continue to be good, hopefully.
For for you, is there any game like Web3 game that's either out or on the way to coming out that you think could be the next big thing? Like,
Not
is
next big thing, but like a good game that
uh
could get, yeah, 100%. There are so many titles in our niche and space, bro. But bro, we have so many professionals that come from like AAA studios. Fortnite, Valorant, League, CS:GO. Like the amount of money that these Web3 gaming companies have, they can take anyone, bro. I don't know if you know, but like we just got, not we, but the Bored Ape team just got the CEO from Activision,
okay.
and now he's the Bored Ape CEO,
Hmm.
and the head of like Fortnite. Um, I think it was like gameplay development, something like that. Now he's
Okay.
the head of Bored Ape Gaming.
Hmm.
So, bro, they can take anyone. Like, trust me, so much money, man. They can go up to you and be like, "Yo, bro, we'll offer you 10 times your salary. Just come be like the competitive guy over here at this random Web3 startup." That's the good thing about like the tech world, bro. There's so much money being invested, man.
Yeah, and it moves fast. That's one thing I
So,
learned. I worked in tech
yeah.
sales for 5 years before I got into all
So you
this. So
know, yeah. So you
yeah,
know
lots of startups, lots of constantly moving. Like, oh, this company's the next big thing. We gotta
exactly,
pivot. We gotta do this, and everybody's looking to catch up. As
bro. It was like 2 months ago. Like I remember all the Web3 startups were AI startups. Now it's all gaming startups, and then it's just cycles.
so, is there like I'm looking for a name? Is there a
Okay.
game that's out now that's
Game right?
even worth checking out, or something
No,
that's on the way?
nothing out right now. On the way, 100%. There's a game called Shrapnel. It's a shooter. It I got to play test it. Like they flew me out to Seattle, their headquarters, and I got to play, and it's really good. Like actually, really really good. It's got good movement. I'd say it's like a COD shooter with like Quake movement.
Okay.
It's pretty good. Other game called Wanderers, which is like a Diablo game, kind of. It's like a roguelite arcade game. And and yeah, supposedly Bored Ape is making like this game called The Other Side, which is supposed to be like a metaverse game, and we'll see. They've raised billions of dollars, so
Hmm.
maybe they'll do something good.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. I feel like a World of Warcraft would be a great Web3 game like that. And
I've never played that game. I don't like those games, but I like shooters. I like fast-paced games.
I do
After playing
too.
Fortnite, I can't play anything else. That's not like makes me jittery. Like I gotta like swipe my arm right to left. Like it's crazy.
I feel you on that because no real game for me has done it after
Yeah,
like the past few years. I like
dude,
to play Predecessor now.
never heard of it.
It's like a third party MOBA. So instead of top down view, it's like Fortnite POV, um, which is cool. I like the game. It's not perfect, but it's a nice escape when I'm trying to not do Fortnite stuff. But ultimately, like I'm still always doing Fortnite stuff,
Mhm.
so it's just fun. But yeah,
Yeah,
to me that just seems like a big uh,
market.
MMORPG would be a great
Yeah,
game, and
I mean we
then
have one. We have a really big one. It's called Big Time, um, and they've raised like hundreds of millions and
but as
a
a
lot of.
gamer, is it a good game?
I mean, I don't like any MMORPG games. I
Uh,
don't like World of Warcraft. That game sucks. Like I don't like those games. I like, bro. I'm a Fortnite kid, bro. Grew up with Fortnite. I like any game that can give me the rush of just getting fucking triple sprayed from height, and I gotta tarp away, like, and I shockwave up, 200 pump someone. Like any game that can make me feel like that, I'll play.
the
But
the
I don't like
constant need for
exactly,
movement.
bro. Bro, it's like so bad, man. Our attention spans are so bad now. So it's just like put me in an end game, give me a 50-person moving zone, and like I love it, bro. That's why I play solo cash kills, bro. If I quaff a run too, bro, it's like so much fun, bro. That end game, bro. And I never win, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, bro. It's so much fun.
Yeah, there's nothing like a Fortnite end game. I feel you on that. It's like one of the most exciting
Yeah.
games you get to play when you finally get that stacked end game in a tournament.
Yeah,
It's like the
bro.
chef's kiss. I
Dude,
love
and
it.
like at a LAN, I got to play a TwitchCon, the very first one. I don't
Okay.
know if you remember Mega Dubs, they won.
Yeah.
I got to play that first one, and dude, we made like 20K, and like dude, we didn't even win a game, bro. But like we were on height, and if you go on TwitchCon, if you replay that game, bro, like the commentators, and I heard it. I remember being at the LAN. I remember the crowd. I can remember the commentators like Orange is on height. They're spraying out, and like I got hit by a bouncer, went into storm, bro, and like the whole crowd goes, "Oh, like bro, oh my god, bro!" Like that's the only thing I'll ever miss from like competitive gaming, bro. At that level, man, like the crowd, the announcers, like potentially winning a game, bro. And it's crazy because we were on height and we burned out of our match, bro. We got like seventh place that game. We got like tore down. I think Saf and them like took height that game. But dude, it was so crazy. Like that's my favorite moment to look back on, bro. And I was like 16 years old, no worries in life, just chilling. And then like I remember after like we went partying, like it was like me, Thresh, Assault, Wavy Jacob. Went to like a K1 speed right after. Like it was awesome.
That is awesome. Oh, that's a great way to end this on a nice,
Yeah.
good memory. Orange, you tell everyone where to find you if they want to check you out.
Yeah, if you guys like Fortnite content, you can go on my TikTok or on my Twitch, OrangeYT. And if you want to keep up with like entrepreneurship journey and Web3 gaming, you can go on my Twitter, Orangie. And yeah, my YouTube's a mix of both. It's just Orangie there. And yeah, bro, thanks for having me on. I really appreciated being on here. I love talking about myself. So
Everyone
thank
does.
you.
Don't worry.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. I was interested because I you reached out to me and I'm like, oh, this could be a very different conversation than what I've had before, and it lived up to what I was hoping for. So thank you. Um, thank you guys for listening at home or watching. If you watch on YouTube, I appreciate you. Go ahead, give us a rating on whatever you're listening or watching on. I appreciate that. And if you have any complaints, DM me on X at somebody's gun. That's all I got for you guys. We will see you next time.